There are certainly times in which Baz Luhrmann's Elvis is an engaging and entertaining biopic of rock and roll's biggest star. The performance numbers are often incredible, and Austin Butler inhabits all aspects/ages of the lead role adeptly. Unfortunately, Luhrmann's, let's say, unique style of filmmaking can't quite get out of its way long enough, especially in the early goings, for this to be a top-notch flick. For a very basic overview, Elvis tells the story of the titular character, played by Butler, from childhood all the way through his Vegas residency at the end of his career. The narrative frame comes from the voice of Colonel Parker, Tom Hanks, Presley's manager and quasi-abuser, largely in the financial department. Elvis's relationship to black music, teen heartthrob fame, military service, and late 60s comeback are all given time here, including his marriage to Priscilla, Olivia de Jong. Perhaps the most notable thing to mention about Elvis is that the first 30 to 45 minutes are kind of a mess. Luhrmann is in peak wackadoodle form. Granted, what else could be expected from the director of 1990 SIX's Romeo and Juliet, what with jarring time cuts, crazy montages, one that turns the proceedings into a comic book, and quite a bit of time spent on the bizarre Hanks Parker portrayal. There is also a far too on-the-nose scene in which a young Presley supposedly learns his later musical style via an R&B jam session and a revival ministry happening concurrently. I'd blame no one for thinking this was a total mess before the 1-hour mark. Fortunately, in this case, there is still 2 hours left of Elvis, and that's when it settles into being a pretty entertaining film. Basically, once all the crazy material is out of the way and audiences can just settle into Butler's portrayal, there is a lot to like. I was really impressed with Butler's ability to portray the young rebellious Elvis, as well as the fat, worn-down-by-life version. The staged musical numbers are every bit as good as those found in recent musical biopics like Rocketman or Bohemian Rhapsody. I'll certainly be revisiting some Presley tunes after seeing this. Overall, I can't put Elvis in my top tier, Walk the Line, Love and Mercy, and Judy, of biopics because its director seems almost physically unable to tell it straight when this film and acting performances would have certainly been good enough for that grounded approach. But it was easily good enough to hold my interest and take me on an interesting journey through the iconic musician's entire career.